Africa's demand for fresh produce continues to grow, creating opportunities for farmers who can deliver consistency, quality, and speed to market. Next into the Nest is a venture operating at the very beginning of that journey.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
How
Do you want to
are
do
you?
a quick introduction and pitch us your idea?
Okay. So my name is Vimbai, Caroline Kaitano. I am the founder and driving force of Carrot Seedlings and Vegetables, a purpose-driven agribusiness, which was born out of challenges and built on a vision to transform lives. So we are seeing a rise in passionate young and new farmers, but they are being held back because of lack of access to affordable, high-quality seedlings and technical knowledge. So our company bridges that gap. We provide vegetable seedlings that are certified by the Plant Quarantine Department, and we also provide technical support through the agronomists that we have partnered with over the years. So we have seen that when these young farmers, upcoming farmers, they don't get enough support, that is where people are thinking that agriculture is not a viable career. So which is why we are very particular about the support that we give them, because we don't just want to sell seedlings, we also want to support them for it to be profitable, right? And now we are also value adding our vegetable seedlings with those vegetable salad packs. They consist of your baby lettuce, spinach, and beetroot leaves. So we grow them in soilless media, making them more healthier and cleaner. We are living in an era where people are now environmental and health conscious. So we are trying to address that. And we are also seeing a global demand in baby vegetables. And we are also hoping to expand our baby vegetable line. So for now, we're also growing baby beetroot. So we are going to be expanding our baby vegetable line. And I believe this program is all about nurturing young entrepreneurs, making them export ready and boosting trade. On our part, we are also playing a part in contributing towards food security, job creation, and youth empowerment. So with your guidance, we would also want to scale that impact. Thank you.
A business with a mission, rooted in developing more young fresh produce farmers and building capacity from the ground up. But in a space where freshness has a short window, can the venture truly scale beyond the borders? Rulov is first to dig in.
It's a great initiative. Well done. Thank you. From my side, I'd like to know what kind of product range are you currently working with?
Okay, so for now, we are working with different kinds of vegetable seedlings. So the method that we're now using is that people will come and we assess what they want to grow, where they want to grow, and they give us their planting calendars. So we pretty much do all vegetables depending on what the client wants. So 95% of the seedlings that we do are order-based. So we plant what the client wants. So this is one product that we have, and the baby veg salad mix.
And your typical clientele would be small-scale farmers, large-scale farmers?
So we have got small-scale farmers, the backyard growers, and mid-scale farmers, not yet the commercial ones.
Okay. So what's different about what you're doing? Like, I'm trying to see the innovation aspect of your business, because seedlings are available. So why this business? Why your seedlings?
Because we don't just sell, we support. We walk the journey with the client from when they're thinking of wanting to enter into the agribusiness aspect and up until they harvest. And sometimes when we're lucky, we even connect them to markets, because we are seeing that people are eager but they don't have the right knowledge on what it is that is required from them. So now we are trying to build that confidence in people to say if they are to come to us, they know that they've got someone that is going to walk throughout the journey with them. So we do have different partners that can assist us with that. Like you're saying, agriculture is a business. It needs to be treated as such. So we do have financial people that have got financial background that can assist us. So now we are trying to also teach farmers to do proper record keeping, have a banking culture so that they have an understanding of where they are going, where they're coming from, where they are going, the areas that they need to be improved, and being productive.
So I think, look, you definitely tick the boxes on social impact, environmental impact. What about your assessment of export potential? Have you started looking at export markets?
Yes. So I do have a team from SNV, if you know an NGO called SNV. Some of them, they've approached me wanting me to set up like a consultancy in Zambia where I can teach the youth that they train on seedling production.
By offering full spectrum support, the business extends far beyond seedlings, walking with farmers through the entire journey. And with the venture leaning strongly into social impact, the disclosure of an NGO partnership appears to strengthen its position in the nest.
It's going to be a yes from me, but I think the thing that I'm wanting to see more of is that it sounds like a great business. Like my colleagues have said, it sounds like it really ticks the boxes in terms of community impact, social impact, but I'm really trying to understand how you're going to package it for export. So you've given the example of this organization that you're working with or planning to work with in Zambia, but how will you capture other clients in, other places that you may be interested in scaling to? And so I think it's very important that you think about how, like Karen was saying, we have seedlings. Seedlings exist. There are many companies doing seedlings, and there are many companies doing seedlings in other parts of the region as well. So you will need to be able to communicate something unique about the other parts of your service, the support that you're providing, the experience you have doing so, because when it comes to strategy in terms of business, if you don't have a unique product, you're going to need a unique process, right? Or a unique market. You need a niche market that you're targeting that the rest of your competitors are not able to access for some reason, right? Or a unique service. So if your unique aspect is the support, you have experience working with the youth, starting them from zero, you have experience with nonprofits, helping them to increase their youth empowerment programs through this initiative, you're going to need to market that as a significant part of your brand so that you can be attractive in these other export markets.
Okay. Thank you so much for that.
I think from my side, seedlings is one thing, but if you have a skill in being able to germinate something and do it properly from the onset, there's a larger scope that we can deal with. For instance, cuttings. Within the flower industry, it's a big business. Having a good take rate from the onset really does help growing or expanding on your varieties. So I think with a bit of guidance, maybe from our side and a little bit of market insight, we could find more tougher products that would be advantageous for you to have in your portfolio. If you're good at this, then who's not to say you couldn't be really good at, maybe potentially doing cuttings for flowers or seedlings or things like that. So I think expanding on on your portfolio is definitely something we can look at, which would make you a lot more interesting for export. So you have a yes from me, and I'd like to see if we can find some more interesting avenues for you to take, specifically on the cutting side.
I'm not fully convinced, but I do think, just adding on to Rolof's point, that a key take-home from this is for you to go and do some of that research on the seedlings that a lot of Zimbabwe commercial farmers definitely are having to import, because it's the quality or varieties are not available locally at the standard that's required for exports. So I think it's an opportunity to tap into a gap, but I don't think you've quite reached that stage yet. In my view, this is still very early stage. You're building a concept around the training and the support. So it's going to be a no from me today, but I do look forward to seeing what you can do in future.
Okay, thank you. If I can add on to that, would it make a difference if I were to say our desire is to be Global GAP certified, so that we can then also be able to reach out to those farmers that export, because there is only one seedling house that is Global GAP certified. So we are actually in the preliminary stages of that, where we are going to attend a certification event in June, where we are trying to see how best we can be Global GAP certified, what is required, the budgets and everything, so that we can attract.
Well, the king of fresh is sitting on the end there. So, Clarence?
The entrepreneur has secured 2 votes so far, but progression to the next stage of the program requires a majority. Now, the deciding verdict rests with Clarence. Seasoned in the export of fresh produce, will he endorse the business for export?
I think there's definitely a market for baby vegetables. Mm-hmm. What you provide are the seedlings. There's an opportunity to do more than seedlings. Mm-hmm. I like the fact that you know about certification. You need to be certified. I think that you're doing well. You're doing okay. I know that everybody needs room for improvement.
Yeah.
I think you are trainable for that improvement. I think you can make a business case out of this.
All right. Thank you.
So that's
you
a
need
yes.
to say yes, Clarence.
You have to actually say yes, Clarence.
I have said enough.
Okay.
It's a yes.
3 yeses.
3 yeses.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Eagle's Nest Agri-Challenge, proudly brought to you by Zimtrade and the Netherlands Embassy.